Hey guys, so I just got back from Dragon Ball Superhero. God, that's a fucking awful title. I'm not gonna lie, that is such an awful title. Like, seriously, say that. Try to say that title like out loud. Dragon Ball Superhero. Fuck, like I know the show's called Dragon Ball Super, but that's a whole fucking other discussion. I just wanted to get that rant over with. Um, so this is a review where I'm in a kind of an awkward place because I said this in my couple of my previous reviews when talking about this review coming up. I fully admitted that I have never watched a single episode of any of the Dragon Ball series, not even including whatever is Dragon Ball Super. I guess it's the new series of shows or whatever, or the recent series. I don't know. Somebody in the comments could tell me. I don't care. But I've never watched any of it. I do know of Dragon Ball. I know of a lot of the main characters. I know who Goku is. I know who Piccolo is. Um, but that's about it. I've seen bits of that awful live action movie, and from what I've heard, it's very very bad representation of uh, the source material. I've been told from many people, and like I said, I just never got into like it's like with this and Pokemon where I it came out at around a time where I was past that shit. Like I don't even know if as a kid I would have got into Pokemon anyway. I mean I was into Power Rangers, but that's about it. I just never got into this shit. And I'm not that's not a knock on people if you like it, but I never did. And this is kind of been a recurring theme over the last year or so. Every so often, I'll get a movie like that's an anime. I got Jujutsu Kaisen and My Hero Academia earlier this or over the last year, and I went in with knowing nothing about either source material. I know more about Dragon Ball than I know those of these two, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. I enjoyed the hell out of both movies. And I'm like, all right, so I'm probably gonna go in with the same mindset with this one because you know what? Even if I don't know much about it, I'm sure I'll enjoy it. I went in with an open mind, and it's sort of was like it's gonna be very weird for me to review because, like I said, I don't know much about source material, but I'm going with what my opinions on it from a outside perspective. Um, and what did I think of this new Dragon Ball superhero? I thought it was pretty. It was all right. It was all right. Is it a movie I'm gonna watch again? No, but it was an enjoyable movie. Is there things I like about it? Sure. It's like I said, it's not my cup of tea, but I can appreciate that it's a pretty damn good movie. It's a pretty well made movie. The animation is fucking beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. I love the animation. I think this is better. Like between all the anime movies I've seen, between this My Hero Academia, and Jujutsu Kaisen, this is a way better looking animated film than those ones. Like I noticed like little details in those, and I love the animation in those movies, but I would notice like a lot of times the background characters would have no faces, and it would freak me the fuck out. Like I know that's like a styles choice. I'm sure that's probably something that's in a lot of anime. I don't watch anime, but I was like, that's fucking weird. But this is a much better looking movie. But I still, like I said, I still like the anime, and I love the animation in this movie. I think it's really fucking well done. For a person that went in not knowing much about the source material other than like some of the main characters, I didn't have trouble figuring out what was going on. I was never lost. I was never confused. Um, I pretty much gathered pretty quickly of who's who, and they even do a pretty good job of if you're a person that's going in blind like I was, and you're seeing this movie because there's gonna be a portion of people out there because there'll probably be like somebody who brings their girlfriend or something like that to it. They've never seen fucking Dragon Ball or whatever, and it helped kind of fill them in on the gaps. This movie fucking does it. In the opening scene, they pretty much give you who are the villains and what their motivations are, and who like they spend up a good chunk of the movie. They even give them fucking title cards, which is weird. I appreciated that. And then like you get to the main characters and Piccolo, which I knew Piccolo as the villain of fucking Dragon Ball. And I was like, oh, so he's now a hero? Alright. I'm sure that's explained in the TV shows, and I'm sure that was an arc in the TV shows. And yes, you don't have to tell me because I'm sure it is. So I wasn't bothered by it. I was like, huh, he's now a hero now, and he's working with the good guys, and he's a good guy. And I liked his relationship with Gohan, who I still think it's funny that he's Goku's son, and Gohan has a kid. So Goku is a fucking grandfather, despite the fact that he looks like he's in his fucking teenage years. How the fuck does that work? And they also have a villain that like looks like a child, but is supposed to be 24 with a PhD. What? Like, I know it's like weird style animation choices, but it's like that was a little distracting and it's a little goofy for me like watching it. Like it's fucking goofy, but whatever. It's Japanese anime. I mean, it's what do you expect? I can appreciate they fucking make some really fucking different material out there, but I gotta give them credit. Um, this movie kind of felt more like I don't know if I'm the only one who felt I this this movie's it's not this movie's fault, but I was fucking tired. I'm not gonna lie. I've had a rough week. I've talked about this in my other reviews, but I've been having a rough week where I've been working like long hours. I had barely any sleep. I think at this point, during halfway through this movie, my body just shut down. um, and I was having a hard time staying awake, and it was not the movie's fault. But I was able to keep up with what was going on. But I was like I kept I drank so much pop trying to keep myself caffeinated and keep myself up. But I was like, I don't want to fucking fall asleep during this movie. It's like it's not boring at all. This movie is like a really mainly just like one big giant action set piece. Like it felt like one giant episode of the show made into a feature length film, and that's what it really felt like. And it's like one of those like I don't really think this really needed to be a theatrical release film, but whatever. Um, it, it did feel like because like it's one contained story that involves just the same amount of characters pretty much out throughout the whole thing. Like Goku and is on like a whole different subplot that could have been fucking cut out from the movie. I don't know what the fuck the point of that was. What was the point of that? I still don't know. I'm sure maybe the TV show will explain. If you watch the TV show, it'll be explained. But I'm like, what the fuck was the point of all that shit? Because you could easily cut that out. That goes on for like maybe 10, 15 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, this movie could have been shorter, but I guess it's this movie's way of explaining why he's not involved in the fucking events that happen in this movie. I guess that's only the reason I could guess. Um, to show what he's doing, but it has nothing really to do with any of the fucking plot overall. um, like I said, I also really find it funny this movie's PG-13. Like, why is this movie PG-13? This easily could have been a PG. Like, it got PG-13 because they're smoking in it. Like, I know, hide your kids and hide your wives. They smoke in this movie. Like, just God. Like, why is that a fucking rating? Reason why we rate movies anymore for smoking? like like fucking stuff like My Hero Academia and like Jujutsu Kaisen were really like PG-13 movies that almost sometimes, especially Jujutsu Kaisen, pushed a fucking R rating for an R rating. This just like kind of was like a more family friendly film that easily could have been PG. Like, why the fuck was this PG-13? I have no idea. Like, it. This is like the movie that's geared more towards the kid audience. I mean, I know there's people that are my age that love Dragon Ball, but I do not get the NBA fucking rating system anymore. It's a fucking joke. I'm impressed that this movie even fucking it was the number one movie at the box office this past weekend. That's amazing. That's cool. Like not many Japanese import anime movies become number one at the box office, even though usually when any of these movies come out, they do pretty fucking well. They always do really well. Like over the last year, they've done really well. Like I'm sure they make their money back. Um, yeah, like I said, it's not a bad movie. If you're like me who didn't know much about the show going in or never watched it, you won't have a bad time. You won't really be lost. Wasn't lost. If I can fucking figure out what's going on, you can. Um, if you know like a basis of like a lot of the main characters, like kind of get an idea. I did like the little by the way in jokes in this movie where they're making fun of anime, like fucking breaking the fourth wall, making fun of anime during the movie. Like I like the scene where the one guy's like, "Why can't I see the uh what was the action phrase is when I punch somebody or something like that. I'm fucking cracking up. I was like, that's pretty funny. Or when Gohan goes Super Saiyan, Piccolo goes, uh, so when you go Super Saiyan, you don't need your glasses? Like, it fixes your vision? Like, that is pretty funny. I was like, that made me laugh. That made me chuckle. Yeah, the movie had some funny moments, and I liked Gohan and Piccolo's like relationship. I thought it was pretty funny, pretty well done. I did find that little daughter was kind of annoying. The voice of that kid actress was fucking annoying sometimes. Um, but that is kind of like what you get sometimes with a lot of these fucking Japanese anime uh, dubbed movies. Yeah, like I said, I'd recommend it. I thought it was fine. If you are a fan of this fucking series, you're gonna see it regardless of as a person that went in as an outsider, that's your opinion. That's just my opinion on it. I didn't hate. Like I said, there's a lot worse animated movies out there. This is not one of them. Yeah. Like I said, I thought it was fun. I don't regret watching it. That's as far as that goes. What's next week? The Invitation, even though I've seen the fucking whole trailer, so I feel like I've watched the movie from the trailer, but we'll see if anything's different. And 3,000 Years of Longing, this is a new George Miller movie, which I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, that's all I think we're getting. I was hoping we were getting Breaking, which I got a trailer for last night, and I thought that it actually looked pretty fucking solid. That was the first time I'd really even seen anything about that movie. But we're not getting it, surprisingly. I don't know. Maybe we'll get it later in a few weeks or whatever. We'll see. But that's what's coming up this weekend. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.